Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. 4 winners and 3 losers from Steelers too close for comfort win versus Broncos. The Steelers did just enough to win again this week, but against a bad Denver team one has to come away disappointed. The defense did its part in limiting the Broncos all day. The offense looked good early but faded hard down the stretch. A win is a win, and this Week 2 victory keeps Pittsburgh atop the AFC North, but things need to get better soon for this offense. There is plenty worth noting for the team though after this game. Some areas were on point and looked strong, but fans have to be frustrated with how consistently bad the offense has been. From the Matt Canada debacle to now a whole new system with new quarterbacks, it is tiring to see the team play like this. That said, here are the 4 winners and 3 losers from the Steelers' win over the Broncos. At a bare minimum, the Steelers got what they wanted out of the offense on the ground this week. Both Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren looked good this week and combined for over 100 yards on the ground. I wanted to see Warren get more involved, and he looked like his usual self this week, to good effect. This is a team that has wanted to be effective on the ground, and they certainly did just that against the Broncos. I'll lump this group together as well, as the Steelers' edge rushers did their part this week to keep the Broncos at bay. Both T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith logged a sack while the rest of the front 7 kept the pressure up all game. It was key in keeping a rookie quarterback look like a work in progress, which resulted in a low-scoring effort by the Broncos. While he had the benefit of punting with the thin Denver air, Corliss Whiteman did everything you wanted in a replacement punter that was added this week. He had a healthy average and helped flip the field when the offense stalled. Shout out to the coverage unit for limiting Denver as well. 2 weeks of really good play from Deshaun Elliott, and he has quickly established himself as the best addition to the team. That is quite the compliment considering some of the names that have also done well for themselves. He is a perfect complement for this defense and a core member of the defense already. Steelers' Justin Fields defends Russell Wilson after beating Broncos. Quarterback Russell Wilson of the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't receive the opportunity to face his former team, the Denver Broncos, during Week 2. He sat out a second straight game because of a calf injury. But his replacement, quarterback Justin Fields, suggested to reporters after the Steelers defeated the Broncos 13-6 on September 15 that the motivation to beat Denver for personal reasons was still there. I think we all know, Wilson kind of got done dirty last year. I know he wished he could have played today in this game. But it's awesome, getting that win for him, Fields told reporters. He got a petty game ball. It's great getting a dub for us for sure. Fields explained that all 3 former Broncos players on the Steelers roster received a petty game ball. That included Wilson, punter Corliss Whiteman and practice squad wide receiver Brandon Johnson. Without Wilson, the Steelers' offense struggled in the second half against the Broncos. But Fields threw his first touchdown pass of the season in the second quarter, and the Steelers' defense forced 2 second-half takeaways. Pittsburgh's victory was its first on the road against the Broncos since 2009. The Steelers also improved to 2-0 for the first time in 4 years. The Steelers opened their 2024 schedule with a pair of road matchups. But they were also 2 revenge games. First, the Steelers defeated the Atlanta Falcons 18-10 in Week 1. New Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith was Atlanta's previous head coach. After 3 seasons, the Falcons fired Smith following the end of the 2023-24 season. Week 2 brought the Steelers to Denver, where they had won just 2 of their last 8 contests. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin also entered the game 0-3 versus Broncos head coach Sean Payton. But in the coach's first matchup since Payton joined the Broncos, Tomlin's defensive game plan left Denver's offense stymied most of the afternoon. The Broncos posted 295 yards, and rookie quarterback Bo Nix threw 2 interceptions. Despite not playing, the victory was extra sweet for Wilson because of how his tenure with the Broncos ended. Denver traded multiple first-round picks and players for Wilson ahead of the 2022 season, but after he led the Broncos to an 11-19 record over nearly 2 seasons, Peyton benched Wilson following Week 16 last year. The Broncos then released Wilson this past offseason and are paying him $39 million to play for the Steelers in 2024. The Steelers received criticism for winning ugly with 6 field goals against the Falcons. Although they won again in Week 2, the criticism could get louder after the offense recorded under 100 yards during the second half versus the Broncos. Through 2 games, Fields has completed 30 of 43 passes for 273 yards. The good news is he hasn't turned the ball over, but he's also thrown only 1 touchdown. Fields has also rushed for 84 yards in Pittsburgh's first 2 games. Although Fields presented a united front while defending Wilson on September 15, the fact of the matter is Fields is trying to win the starting quarterback job away from the veteran signal caller. Tomlin named Wilson the team's starter behind center following the preseason, but Wilson has missed the first 2 games because of his calf injury. If Wilson isn't healthy again in Week 3, Tomlin will have no choice but to start Fields again. But if Wilson is ready to go, then the Steelers' head coach will seemingly have a difficult choice to make at quarterback. The Steelers will host the Los Angeles Chargers in their home opener on September 22. Steelers WR Calvin Austin III leaves game with injury. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III took a brutal shot from Denver Broncos safety P.J. Locke on a deep pass late in the fourth quarter of Sunday's 13-6 win. Locke was penalized for unnecessary roughness on the play. Austin was able to get up on his own power and went into the blue medical tent to get evaluated. Austin appears to be okay, as he left the medical tent and had a helmet on. The Broncos thought they made a third down stop, but Locke got nabbed for hitting Austin as a defenseless receiver. Locke tossed his helmet in disagreement after the play. It was a tough break for Locke as he was running full speed to break up a pass and just ran into Austin's head. That's going to get called every time in today's NFL, however. Calvin Austin III had 1 reception for 6 yards in the game. Pat Freiermuth was the leading receiver with 4 receptions for 39 yards. After missing his rookie season with a foot injury that required surgery and a sophomore campaign that didn't live up to his expectations, Austin is putting in the work to make sure that 2024 is his best campaign yet. I've definitely improved each year, but I hate to make it seem like it's something drastic. I'm still me. I still work really hard and I'm the same person, Austin said. The entire offense is going through a massive schematic shift under new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, who has had some success with smaller receivers with similar frames in the past, such as Khalif Raymond in Tennessee and Olamide Zaccheaus during their time together in Atlanta. So far, Smith has made a good impression on his playmakers. He uses everyone's skill set and that's really what he does great. It doesn't matter if you're a tight end, running back, short receiver or a big receiver, Austin said. If you look at his past, he's used all of those types of players in a variety of different ways. You just have to trust him, trust his offense. As I've seen already, we've started gelling, clicking and everything is flowing. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Calvin Austin? Leave your opinion in the comments.